This is Josh Hunter. I'm here on the Earth, and things are going well. It's a good day. It's a good evening. Everything is good. Although I've noticed some people have different definitions of the word good, and I'm not saying like it's like, oh, this is good to me and this is good. I mean, like, they've got, like, you say good and they mean something else, but that's something else. This is going to be a riff. I don't know if people use that word anymore, but it's like I don't even have like a general idea. I just, I didn't get like a signal. This is I just gotta. Anyway, I will probably delete this just because, but I do a lot of testing in my modern methods. I used to have, I would be able to go into some social situation and it would inform me of all the things I need to know based on people's reactions, but people seem to have a much better idea of who I am these days, so they know how to avoid my calculating gaze, sight. I don't know. Anyway, I think. All right, I'm not nervous, but I used to have a compass. I used to have things that would tell me like what was going on, but I go out these days. What do you mean I go out? I'm out all the fucking time. It's hard to tell. Anyway, this is good. I'm going to start with, I'm going to start talking about, all right, the first time I was ever on television was in the year 1999. They had our class go up to the cable company or whatever, Nickelodeon. They had a house up in the Hollywood Hills. It was called, it was like Saturday Night Nickelodeon. It used to be called SNICK. I don't know if they have that now, but they had a house in Hollywood Hills called the SNICK House. And so they took a bunch of us I was in 8th grade, and they took us up to this house, and we were all just hanging out, and they had us, they tied us to the bedposts, and they brought in a bunch of rats and hamsters, and and we did a lot of things with 2-liter bottles of Pepsi. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. This could be serious. There's no laughing matter. 2 liters are no laughing matter. Trust me. I know a thing or two. All right. So, anyway, the first time I was over on television, I was at the SNICK house, and so they had this skit that they were, supposed to be doing or whatever, and we were all supposed to be waiting in line for cotton candy. And back then, Nick Cannon, he was like a host for something, I don't remember what. But anyway, we're all waiting in line, and I was like one of maybe not more than 4 African-American children. I don't know if that's why they chose me or whatever, but anyway, I was in line, and he's supposed to come up to me and try and cut in line. So, and he comes up to me and he's like, hey, and I had an afro, and he says, hey man, I like your afro, where'd you get it? 1970? And I don't say anything, I just kind of shake my head. I'm like, and he's like, well, how about you let me cut in line, man? And I still shake my head, and I believe that I'm doing the right thing, and I am not making a mistake. Okay, so then his reaction to my not allowing him to cut in line, he says, "Well, forget you then. That's why your afro is uneven." And then I just kind of looked forward or whatever, and that's it. And they showed this, and that was it. I mean, it wasn't like there's no speaking or anything, but it was. No one gave me any notes or anything, so I didn't. Anyway, so I, from that point, they showed this clip. There used to be a show on Nickelodeon called The Amanda Show with Amanda Bynes, and it was shown at the end. You know, at the end where they show the credits, there's like a split screen. On one they show the credits, and I knew when it was coming on, so I taped it, and I kept it for many years. I don't have it now. I don't have a copy of this, but anyway, that was my first time on television. I think it's important to bring this up because, you know, continuity and all that. I'm really trying to not be like a dumb person, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes life will do its utmost to prepare you for a lot of things. And, you know, for example, I had so many years to prepare to, you know, for homelessness. Like I had, I think like 2 or 3 years before I was homeless, I was making tons of money. I mean, to me it was tons of money. And I could have bought, someone offered like a trailer or something that I could have for like $300. And $300 was nothing back in those days. I mean, it's nothing now, but, and I was like, nah, that's all right. I don't want to, you know. And a trailer would have been so helpful during these 7 fucking years. But you know, I wasn't paying attention to the signs. Like, life kept on telling me, guess what? You know, people are not going to want to assist you during this time. So you better get fucking ready. And me, living in fucking dreamland, I was doing such ridiculous things, just like buying things and not, and just you know, and it's important to pay attention, because, you know, life is something, it'll tell you. So I am doing my utmost. I'm thinking as much as I can. It helps when things are quiet, silent even. I'm not necessarily stressed, but there is a type of frustration that comes from being a person like me. It's like people don't seem to recognize me unless there's like someone right next to me. And even then, like, I have to be vouched for. Nobody will vouch for me. Because in the old days, you know, I remember I used to hang out. All right, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. Let's just say, generally speaking. Okay, let's say. Generally speaking, you know, when I would hang out with like women, okay, you know, no woman would ever even. There's so many mind games over a person that they don't even like. Okay, like all my life, you know, these ladies would just pretend to like me, and I didn't get it. And I don't mean like, oh, I like Josh. No. It's just like pretend to, you know. All right, you know what? That's unfair. Because I don't know everything. It kind of sounds bitter. I'm not bitter. Okay, trust me. I know a thing or two about bitterness. This is, hey, it's kind of like, well, perspective. This is neat. Hey, I finally have a friend. Hey, oh, sorry. No, I didn't mean it like that. Okay. Boy. I hope I don't get in trouble. Damn it. Nope, this is over. I can't do that. No, I can't. Because I've gotten in trouble so many times. When I say trouble, I'm referring to, well, you know, people got rules. I mean, when you're associating with people, they want, you know, you can do this, you can do that. So, what would happen is typically I would have like a lady who was a friend, and, you know, it would just be like me and this lady, and I'd associate with this lady. But I would never. There would always be like like a primary, lady with whom I was but never dating ever. Like no, never. I had a girlfriend once in the year 1999 for like 3 days. I was not even interested in like having a girlfriend, but I just transferred to this new school, and this I was hanging out with this lady, and it was nice just hanging out, friends. Like I'd never just had like a female who I would just like talk to. It was so nice. And then one day this guy is like, "Hey, you gotta go ask this girl out." I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I don't understand. He's like, "You gotta do it," and he literally pushed me. So I went up to her and I'm like, do you want to be like my girlfriend? She's like, oh, alright, cool. And it was like for 3 days, it was like, oh, and then people were coming up to me, there's like, hey, they're talking about you two getting married. And I'm like, alright, sure. And, and then after 3 days, like, she comes up to me, she gives me this letter, and she's like, in the letter, I don't know if this is being impolite. I can't tell. I don't keep in contact with anyone, so I don't know. Their situation might be different. I mean, these people might even be dead. I don't even know. I literally don't know. Like I haven't checked up on anyone. I mean, I could be talking about deceased persons right now, and that's why I have to be polite. I really am trying. But there's a lot of things that are going on which are beyond my personal needs and requirements, and so anyway, I got this letter, and I'm trying to, figure this out, because, I was just so comfortable being, like, just a friend. Like, that was, like, I'm like, I love the friend zone. This is my first time I'm having a lady. I'm like, friend zone is it. This is it. I'm done. I already learned everything. And then, they're like, you gotta go further. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so, and I started getting used after. And on the third day, I started getting used to like having what do they call it? Exclusive. I was getting used to exclusivity. And then this letter, she decided she was gonna go back to the guy she was dating before me, and then she said that was more of a. This isn't like. She said it was more of like a high school boyfriend. Because it was like 8th grade. It's like, you're more of like a high school boyfriend. I'm like, okay. Cool, whatever. And, never again. Never again. After that, I would like a girl, and I would do all my things. I was never aggressive. I'm not like I would never like, it was such a foreign language to me. I would never, but there were like, lots of ladies that I liked, and I couldn't figure it out. And I got rejected a lot of times. And, it hurt, but each time, I learned, I got to know myself a little better, but each time it's like there's something very specific. Like when you go this long, and like, there isn't like a single person who is like, oh, I think you are neat, and let us spend lots of time together. It's like, so anyway, the ladies I would hang out with after that, it was like, well, I'd hang out with a lady, but then the other lady would be jealous, or pretend to be jealous, like, well, why are you hanging out with her? I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you dating? It's like, no, you can't be with her, and blah, blah, blah. And they'd have these fake fights, which is absurd. Like, it's crazy. And then now nobody likes me. I don't mean to disrespect anyone, especially if they're dead now. I mean, it's entirely possible. But anyway, this is probably pointless, but I need contrast, because I think I got some really awesome video. I think I got some really awesome videos coming up, so I wanna make sure that I get. All right. Have a good evening, and enjoy your life, and do something that'd be kind of neat for Josh Hunter. It's me. I'm Josh Hunter. Thank you.